Hey guys, here's the walkthrough lap video for Clockwise MSR Houston. This lap was recorded during a race, and so it's not the cleanest, but it's probably the realest. We're going to start here coming out of the carousel into the last corner, which is the first corner if you're doing it in the other direction, obviously. And I feel like I did this corner on this lap better than the next lap that I recorded all the way through. And so we're just going to kind of look at it, but I get that like it won't have very much context without the whole lap before it. So anyways, just like the last video that did pretty well, I'm going to do this. The first one is going to be with me just going all the way through it without pausing it. The second one I'll pause it, and then at the end I'll just let one play that I'm not talking through. So hopefully that gets you a good idea on how to do this track. Like I said, the last one was really popular, so I'll try to make this one a little better. So coming out of the carousel into the last corner, you're looking for that little curb, and then it's flat out-ish. It's scary. It's bumpy. You're going to the wall. I won't hate on you if you don't do it flat out. So now into the first corner, you're going to brake it wherever you think. 250, down a gear. You're missing this first apex over here, but you're trying to hit this second one. And it's a little off camber, so it's hard. But you're going to use all the extra. Hit the pothole, which is probably not good. Gut check is pretty much just like it's obviously flat out, but you don't have to think about your line too much. You just got to get through it. Coming up to the launch, starting out wide, and your apex is behind it, right? So you grab a gear down, and you're shooting for over here, but again, it's pretty challenging to see over it. Back to the left for whatever that corner was called. Keyhole is so hard this way because you're fast, and so you just got to use the concrete to your advantage. Left at this corner, again, I don't know if that one has a name or not. Bus stop is pretty much exactly the same as when you go the other way. Yeah, nothing really groundbreaking there. The kink is flat out, obviously. You're going to grab up to fourth, somewhere in the middle of it. Yep. And then you get the first chance to breathe on this whole lap, which is a little different going the other way because you have the straightaway here. You're going to breathe the gas a little bit, and then you're going to try to break in the straightest line you can. Grab your downshift. That's hard, man. It's just as hard going the other way. I don't know if you want to miss the first one and hit the second one, or miss the second one and hit the first one. This was 2 years ago, and I'm probably better now than I was then. We'll talk about that when we pause it. Coming into carousel, you could use up all that extra stuff on the outside to get the widest entry. Your car is going to want to wash out because you're constantly decelerating, and there's no weight on the back wheels. Get back on the gas to help with that, but not too much, obviously. And then this is the same thing. You're aiming for that little curb, and then it's as flat out as you can possibly make it after you get to the apex. And it's bumpy, and it's hard. But that's a lap, so let's step through it now and sort of try to have some more intelligent commentary than the last one. So like right here, if you hit that, it helps turn the car to the left to make the entry for this wider. If you don't want this giant jolt before you drive straight to a wall, it's completely understandable. I don't think anyone will look down on you for that, but it is the fastest way around if you do it right. So you're aiming for a point somewhere over here before your turn in because it's so bumpy right here, and plus you want it to be wide for the straightaway afterwards. But sometimes you go through this corner and you don't hit all the bumps, and it's you feel like you're going slow through there. Sometimes you go through the bumps and you just barely miss the wall. I know that watching over this whole race video, there were some very treacherous times I went through here, and then there were some times where it just looked like I was driving in a straight line. It's very very hard to nail every time, which is part of what makes it satisfying. Yep. All the way to the wall. And then for here, I don't know, I brake at the 250. You're just grabbing a gear down, and then you're missing the first apex and hitting the second one. It's just like if you're doing it from the other direction, but you're flipping it obviously. So we're going to go wide on the first one. Oh, sorry. And we're going to go all the way out to where that used to be red and white, right? Just like going the other way. You can see all the rubber coming from the other way. And then you want this one all the way there. And I'm fighting the car a lot because it's a little off camber and it's understeering, but that's just kind of the name of the game when it's off camber like that. All the way out to here except for the pothole. And then here that's pretty simple. Coming up to the launch, you're staying as left as you can get without falling off the road here, obviously, because you don't want to end up in the pond. You sort of want to be in the middle to the inside of the track once you get the the peak of the launch, right? And then you're aiming for a spot on the backside of it. So you're braking and grabbing a gear down, but you're going to kind of come off the brake when you get to this hill because the car gets so light anyways, you don't want to spin out. And you're sort of aiming for this. You want it more on the back because it's sort of an S, right? But as long as you don't hit that curb, you'll be okay. The line here is hard to nail and even really hard to sort of like quantify, right? But see, I get on the gas once the car lands and I'm at the widest possible point for the next corner, which I feel like is the right thing to do. I don't know, you might disagree. You're braking for that corner, and I get on the gas a little too aggressive here, and I don't stay in the middle for the next one, so maybe don't do that, but you know, it's all the same. So for this, you want to try to arc it in from the concrete, so like you're going to start out here, and then you're going to finish towards the curb on the other side. I don't know if I do that or not. Yeah, good enough. So like this curb is where you sort of want to end up so that you get the widest possible entry to the next one. I wish I knew what that one was called. I don't know if it has a name or not. Yeah, so you're braking and then you're turning left for this. And this one doesn't have like the extra concrete, so don't run in the grass. And then bus stop is the same in both directions. You have a slower entry for this side obviously, but it's just a big chicane. You just do it like you would any other chicane. The concrete's nice, yeah. And so for that, we'll play that over. So for that, you really just have to make the first one, and then you can get on the gas, right? So like right here, maximum, you know, farthest the wheel's turned over, you're on the concrete, a little grip. I think I just hit the gas here and just carry it all the way out. We'll see. Yeah. So it's not flat out, but it's pretty quick. The kink is just the kink. The car's not really loaded up. I'm driving with one hand, so that's not really a factor going this way. The other way it is, but this way it's not. Diamond's Edge is so freaking hard. So I think, I can't see my feet. I think I lift the throttle a little bit, kind of going into it, and then brake, because I don't think that you could do this flat out and still have enough grip at the end of it to slow down enough for the next corner. We'll see. I'm going to watch that and see if I lift. Yeah. There's a little bit of a lift to make sure I don't hit the red line, but I'm already kind of braking here because it's really hard. So you're gonna, I feel like I brake softer and then harder in a straight line. Yeah. And so you're aiming for, let's just say you're aiming for this freaking pylon, right? So that's about the straightest line you can make through that. And again, I don't know if you want to miss this and then hit the next one, or miss this first one and hit this first one and miss the next one, because this one's tighter. So if you hit this first one, you're going to be really wide for the next one, but if you miss this, you're going to be wide the whole time. So that might be something that you experiment with. I know that I do. I know that watching this race video back, I did it different every lap. For now, I would say hit it and then miss the next one. We'll see what I do. I kind of hit it. I don't know. That didn't look very fast, but I can't tell. Either way, that's a really, really challenging corner in both directions. So brake a little, brake a lot, downshift, turn in, wash out. Yeah, I don't know. That felt pretty good, but that's kind of up to you. I know that I don't think I have it mastered yet, so it's not something that you're going to nail on the first try. Finally, coming down, I think they call this the front stretch, that's the back stretch, and that's the pit straight. I don't remember. The carousel, so I sort of set myself up to where I straddle this to get the widest entry, and then it's a bit of a braking zone. You're really just braking to sort of get the weight on the front wheels so you can turn in better, but you can't be constantly decelerating because the weight transfer won't work on the back and you'll spin out. So yep, tap of the brake, I'm off the gas, and then see, as soon as this number gets above or gets below 19, I'm back on the gas. So right now I'm adding throttle to stay with the rear tucked in. Your apex for this corner really isn't until the end. Like, there's this huge, almost 270 degree carousel, and I think this is your apex. It's it just feels really weird. I know that it changes radius a little bit, but I don't think it changes enough to make this not your apex. So we're gonna hit that, turn right, over the bumps. Yeah, that was better. And that's a lap. My only advice for you in this corner is that you have to commit. There's no way to do this corner half-assed. You have to go all the way. And so you're gonna lift here. You might tap the brake a little bit to get the car to tuck over to the left here to get the widest possible line, but after that you just have to send it. There's no other way. So like right here I hit the gas. Yep. And the car is going to go over all those bumps. And it's going to be terrifying. And if you watch my hands, it's going to pull the wheel out of your hand, and you just have to kind of let it. Nah, I pretty white knuckled that one, but you'll see what I mean. The bumps are treacherous, but they're not going to hurt you. You just have to have confidence in the car and yourself. So I'm going to let this play through without talking, and then that'll be it. And that's it. You guys let me know in the comments if you know how to do Diamond's Edge better than I do. And thank you guys very much for watching. And like I said in the beginning, the last one got a lot of views, so this is really cool. I hope it was helpful, and good luck.